Welcome back. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Today we got an update from President Trump about an issue that should have never been an issue: the reclassifying of marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. Let's get right into it.
People do want it. A lot of people need it, and thank you, Howard, for really opening a lot of eyes. Okay, we'll sign it. We'll take some questions from the press. You can ask the doctors some questions, and it's an honor to do this. Well, that's a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Harvard is now the proud owner of America's first bomb.
Oh, bomb!
Now let's get to what this really means if you don't know your drug scheduling.
All right, listen up, y'all. I'm y'all substitute teacher, Mr. Garvey.
Key differences. Schedule 1. These are strictly prohibited for medical use because the federal government does not recognize any therapeutic benefit. Schedule 3. These are common medications found in pharmacies. They are considered safe enough to be used as treatment for special conditions when managed by a healthcare professional. Schedule 1 is also characterized by having the highest potential to be abused, while Schedule 3 has an intermediate characterization of being abused, less than 1 or 2, which is OxyContin, but more than Schedule 4, like Xanax. How they got Xanax at Schedule 4, I don't know. I digress.
I thought I almost died last night. Part of me was scared. Part of me embraced it.
Her words, a window into the hell that is withdrawal from years of Xanax.
Horrific. It's like being tortured alive.
Damn!
I'm sorry.
Now, marijuana has been used by every class of society and every race. Why such the big stigma on it? Because 3 industries stand to lose a bunch of money: Big Pharma, alcohol, and tobacco. Now, Big Pharma's going to lose on all those medications. Let's run down the list. Epilepsy, insomnia, pain management, no more oxy, no more opioids, depression, anxiety, PTSD. As a matter of fact, soldiers have been using marijuana since the Vietnam War to deal with their PTSD.
Flashback. This is Fire Support Base Aries, 50 miles northeast of Saigon. Vito is a 20-year-old draftee from Philadelphia. A photographer before he entered the Army, Vito is now a squad leader, responsible for the lives of a dozen men.
Well, it's a 12-gauge shotgun. What we basically use it for on the LZ and I guess even out in the field. So if you want to know, is that we use the shotgun from a ball. You know, you just put the ball in the chamber and all. Paul, let me borrow that ball from you. I heard this is probably all SIDS and we're getting busted, but I don't care.
Shotgun. What's happening here is also happening to some extent at virtually every other American installation in Vietnam. Recent surveys estimate that well over 50% of the soldiers in Vietnam use marijuana.
You get really stoned. Then, who cares about the war?
And there you have the origin of the shotgun. You're welcome. Now, this alcohol is more cerebral. Lately, when I go out, I see groups and groups of dudes getting sections, and all they doing is rolling backwards and letting the scuckerbugs drink up all the Don Julio that came with buying the section. And tobacco was fairly simple. Would you rather a blunt or a black and mild?
Roll up. I'm trying to get high.
Now let's get to the money. How does this affect banking and taxes? This eases up on the banks a little bit. But even before the rescheduling, some small banks and credit unions work with dispensaries using strict workarounds provided by the 2014 FinCEN guidance. Now moving into Schedule 3 makes the industry less scary for mid-sized banks to go ahead and give you a bank account. Now the big banks, they still not messing with it. So even with Schedule 3, marijuana is still considered a controlled substance for massive bank. The paperwork is not, the bank not worth the buck. Now the credit card, they say it's still a no, but there is a loophole.
Here's my little secret.
Allahu Akbar.
And that loophole is through CBD. Since CBD is not considered Schedule 3, banking access is cool. Most CBD business can get traditional bank accounts. In fact, large institutions like First Citizens Bank and various regional
Can you read?
No, Phil can read though. Phil?
Credit unions have dedicated hemp and CBD programs.
You don't find that suspicious?
Now the real win is taxes. Under Schedule 1, dispensaries could not deduct normal business expenses such as rent, payroll, and ETC due to the tax rule called 280E. And let me tell you, ETC is a lot. Etc. is a lot of other expenses. And what does that mean? More profit for the shareholders? More profit for the owners.
Nice. Nice, guys.
They even about to throw some Medicare and Medicaid money at this. Holla at Dr. Hobbs.
The Innovation Center models are going to allow millions of Americans on Medicare to become eligible to receive CBD as early as April of next year, and at no charge, if their doctors recommend them. Thanks to the hard work of the entire CMS team, especially Abe Sutton and Gita Dio at the Innovation Center, the accountable care organizations in this country working in Medicare will be able to provide these products, again, at no cost to patients. Medicare Advantage insurers, and we've been calling them, are also agreeing to consider CBD to be used for the 34 million Americans that they cover. If you can hear my voice and you're over 65, you should pay attention to this executive order because it's going to touch your life. Again, this all becomes active after the first quarter of next year.
I'm about to blow.
The funny thing is, if this happened 50 years ago, this would be the biggest organized crime case of all time. Think about it. Millions of people investing in companies that are growing and manufacturing marijuana to sell to the public. Damn, I love my country.